Welcome to Beats, Rhymes, and Parlays, where the stats hit different in every parlay. Got a beat behind it. Your boy, Mr. CEO, back college again. You know, we burned it up in college football. We're going to try to do it in college basketball. To my right, and I always say to my left, who knows? We got your boy, Jay, UFC Jay, Knockout Jay. What up, though?
Well, it's good, man. It's my favorite time of year, honestly, man. I'm ready to get into this crazy tourney, bro. I'm kind of psyched up, man. I plan to make a killing.
Yeah, man. How you feel about? I know it's not the UFC. I know we didn't get a chance, y'all, to do the UFC last week. It was a bad card. Talk to him a little bit real quick, man. I know you say UFC trying to change some things real quick, man, because of how them cards been on them fight nights.
Well, it's a lot. It's a lot going into it because, like, the fight nights, man. You've seen a lot more regional cats just come up out of nowhere. Like, ever since the UFC has gone over to Paramount, you might look at a card. It's a lot of times you like, who? Like, who is this guy? Like, they just pulling cats up, like just putting on matches, man. And the card's been, excuse my language, shit. And now they got a little bit of a fire under their ass, but not really a fire because it looked like Jake Paul trying to get into that space, and he's taking a lot of these old heads, setting them up with fights. Like you see that Ronda Rousey card coming up. It's turned into pretty much a full MMA card. They got Nate Diaz on there, Francis Ngannou, basically some old heads getting a payday. Not real good fights, but it's just showing like I think it's just sparking friendly competition. But
For
if you
sure.
see some of these cards coming forward, the UFC is starting to actually take it a little more serious. Because there was a time on ESPN where, like, these cards were like on fire, the prelims, all of it. You just like glued to the TV. But now, man, especially like some of these cards, since they're not doing the pay-per-view, they putting stuff together just for people to get sparked out. And some of these cats ain't even UFC caliber. Like last weekend's main event. With Emmett and Vallejos. Emmett should not have been ranked, bro. He should not have been ranked. He got sparked out. It was at one point in the first round, that man was outlanded 42-2. 42 strikes to 2 strikes, bro. Got him up out of there. So I went and did some more digging. Emmett has lost five of his last 6 fights. What the fuck is he doing in the main event, bro? Like that type of stuff right there.
Stuff like that. But on to your boy college basketball, Jay, man, with the Akron pick, man. How you feel about Akron taking that boy? That was easy. It looked like light work.
Yeah, man. I just caught the MAC, watching the MAC series because I was really trying to tune in to see how good Miami, Ohio was because they was undefeated. And I thought like they might do some damage in the tournament. So I was going to watch them. And Akron caught my eye. And Miami was struggling with teams that were like 10 and 19. And I'm like, bro, what the hell? While Akron was beating everybody by like 15 or more. So I was like, hey, I'm going to put a flyer on them, even though they tried to give it away at the end. But, hey, it was a good call on my part.
Yeah, great call, man. We got some more good calls coming up, man. Let's jump on to it, man. We're going to jump over to the East region. All right, we got the East region coming up real quick. We're going to start out at the top. We got Duke and Siena. What you think about this? Light work?
Somebody, like, we just gonna be honest, bro. Duke ain't losing to Siena. It's nothing to talk about there. They're not.
Okay. All right, man. We can make them short and quick when they got to be short and quick, man. With this little bit, I mean, I don't know what you think about this little bit better matchup. We got Ohio State, TCU.
Man, Ohio State's been playing really good as of late, bro. Bruce Thornton, this is gonna be his first time in the tournament. He got a little help, John Mobley Jr. as another guard. But I expect Bruce Thornton to go out there, and as you'll see later, is one of my best bets. He's a 4-year senior. He broke the scoring record at Ohio State. He's probably going to be one of the last people that does something like that at a major university because most of these cats don't stay all 4 years. He broke the scoring record. If you look at his average, he's averaging about 19. The last couple of games, he's been well over 20. First time in the tournament, I expect him to go crazy, man. I expect him to have a big game. I wouldn't be surprised if he go for 30. I think they get TCU up out of there, setting up Duke and Ohio State next round.
All right, we got Kansas and Cal Baptiste, man. Light work.
Cal Baptiste has got a run and gun squad, but again, man, there's levels to this. Kansas, it's hard when you watch a team play against lesser talent. You can't see how good they are until they put on the bright lights in that moment. I honestly think in a situation like this, Cal Baptiste has only been eligible for the tournament for like 3 years, bro. And they finally got in. if Kansas lose to them, this is that. Bro, I think heads roll. So yeah, I think this is light work.
All right, I think I remember you talking about this next one, man. Louisville and South Florida. Was that an upset you were talking about on this one?
I was, bro, but too many people got behind South Florida, bro. And when that starts to happen, man, that makes me have to take a step back. I saw South Florida against Wichita State, and again, with some of these lower seeds, you got to be careful, bro. You really do, because like everybody get behind them because this man dominated Wichita State. Wichita State ain't Louisville, so I switched that pick up, and it's not really a big deal because whoever wins this game probably going out second round. So I took Louisville on the flyer because everybody's on South Florida.
All right, also, so I know this one we've been talking. What you got?
You skipped that St. John's, Northern Iowa.
Did I? Yo, my bad. I did. St. John's, Northern Iowa. I apologize, my people.
Yeah, man. St. John. Well, I only wanted to put it up because I got them sparking Kansas next round. I know a lot of people say Northern Iowa can win because people love this vaunted 5-12 matchup, and I get it. But St. John's, Rick Pitino, I think they learned from last year because they're not leaning on one guy like they were kind of doing last year. His team looked good, beating Danny Hurley's team by 40 going into the tournament, man. I got them getting out that first round.
Gotcha. All right, we're going to jump over to which I know is next now. We got Michigan State, North Dakota State. I'd love to see what you think about this one because I think a week or so ago, man, if you was like CEO, man, I'm fading State, dog. Who they playing on fading State, man? What you think?
Man, I want to fade them so bad, bro, but I got to be unbiased here, man. I went and looked up North Dakota's team. They got one player on that team that's 6'10". Anything, if you know anything about Tom Izzo, he gonna have some big boys down there. They may not be able to jump, they may not even be able to score, but they're gonna be able to rebound. I think they're too big. It would take North Dakota. North Dakota is gonna have to shoot the lights out. That's the only way they stay in this game, bro. So I'm taking Michigan State. And honestly, I was telling you offline, Michigan State has a lucky draw, bro. If you look at these teams over here on their side of the bracket, as much as I dislike them, they got an easy way to get to the Sweet. If they don't get to the Sweet 16, at least this is a failure of a season for them, bro. Because even if they win this, they get the winner of Louisville, South Florida.
Okay, so we got UConn and Furman, man. Light work.
Yeah, that's light work. That's UConn.
Okay.
You also got UCLA, man, and UCF. That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
UCF. I'm gonna go with UCF because UCLA had an injury, man. One of their bigs got hurt. UCLA is a tough team, man, but eventually injuries catch up with you, man. That's the only reason I'm picking UCF.
Okay, we got Louisville and Michigan State. Now you gonna fade them?
No, I'm gonna take Michigan State.
Okay, that makes sense. I know you said they had an easy draw, so that got to be part of it. All right, so we got Kansas and we got St. John's.
St. John.
Okay. And then we got Duke moving on to play, as you say, Ohio State.
I'm gonna have to go Duke, bro.
All right. So I know you said you got Duke. I honestly Duke, I'm gonna tell y'all, is with Duke, they're one of my teams that are analytically great. Also, I always get an analytical side. Jay Eagler, he get an eyesight side. Sometimes I get an eyesight side too, especially in football and little less in basketball. But we'll talk about it later. I'm gonna ask Jason questions, man. Duke is analytically a good team, and so I would love to see how we feel about them going further in the tournament. All right, next we got UCF. He had UCF advancing versus UConn. Who you got in that one?
I'm taking UConn, man, and I'm gonna get to it. I seen UCF. They look solid, but here's the thing with UConn, man. I can't write them off because I really like their coach. I like Danny Hurley, bro. And them that team getting blown out by 40 in the tournament. If you know what kind of coach Danny Hurley is, bro, I just honestly think that's gonna light a fire. That man is liable to have a siege on the sideline. They lose to UCF in the second round. I don't think UConn has the talent to win the championship this year, but they do have that type of coaching. So I expect them to get to the Sweet 16. I would be very surprised if they don't make it. If they get upset by UCF, or even if UCLA were to get there, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, so definitely, man. That blowout. That was crazy. That's something you definitely want to expect a UConn team getting smacked like that. Yeah, that threw me for a loop. All right, we're going to jump on to the next region. We're going to jump on to a hometown, Michigan, U of M, who just lost to Purdue. That game actually surprised me. I watched that game. They could not stop Purdue.
Yeah,
They couldn't stop him on the inside or the outside.
yeah. You have games like that, man. At the end of the day, I'm not making any excuses for Michigan. They looked the part to me, bro. And I try to base it on if Michigan's gonna lose, they're not clicking. You know what I mean? Weird stuff is happening. Like, can Braden Smith and Purdue hit shots like that all the time? No. Is Michigan always gonna be the biggest team out there? Yeah. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just hard for me to say, hey, they're gonna slip up. Well, in the first round, they're not losing, dog. Like
Yeah. No,
Michigan,
that's not going to be close. Michigan is also another one of my analytically beast teams this year. They actually sometimes you can get a team who's good and not analytically as good. Like this team, defense and offense is top tier. And one thing I do like about a defense travel. And Michigan does have the number one defense analytically in the country. And on top of that, we always talk about, and y'all remember us from football season, strength of schedule matters. If you have the number one defense in the country, but you play all teams with hundreds or worth offenses, you don't have a really good number one defense. It's false. Michigan has a top 5 schedule of offense they face, so they have a legit defense. So I do agree with you on that, man. They definitely gonna fold them in the first round. All right, we going next to Georgia and St. Louis.
I'm gonna take St. Louis in this one. This is a slight upset. I watched St. Louis in the A10 tournament. They got bounced before the championship, but you had to see how they lost. My man hit a 3. And then St. Louis came down, hit a 3 to take a 1-point lead. Dayton came down. My man threw up an air ball on the layup. And the center just happened to be in the right spot and just tipped it in with no time on the clock. So to me, it was a very, I don't want to call it luck. It was a favorable situation. But watching St. Louis a little bit in that A10, bro, they were kind of running through teams, like beating VCUs and all of them. They were the kings of that division. I don't think they're gonna have a problem with Georgia. I don't think the SEC is as tough as people are trying to make it out to be. I think the Big Ten was the best conference in basketball, and that's not me being hometown biased, but I don't respect the SEC like that. I expect St. Louis to get a win and get out the first round.
All right, so next, this honestly, man, like I know I lean to you on the college basketball. That's it. That's his thing. I know you like Akron to cover. That's a hint. A little bit later, he like Akron to cover versus Texas Tech, but who would like to get the W?
Akron.
Okay.
And the reason with that is Texas Tech is a solid team, bro, but they had the Big 12 Player of the Year last year, who was out here putting up crazy numbers. For those who follow the NBA, Obi Toppin's younger brother goes to Texas Tech. He was having a crazy year. They were in talks, or in the conversation of possibly winning the Big 12. He might have been the Big 12 repeat Player of the Year, and he tore his ACL. He's out for the season. Now, can other people step up? Most definitely. But Akron is different, bro. Like when you see them, they look like a Power 5 team. The only difference with them and Power 5 teams is they make stupid mistakes. But I think it's because they play lesser competition. I expect them to gear up, suit up, boot up, run up on these teams that's in the Power 5 and play to their level. And if it's close to the end, Akron got a guard that is not scared to take a big shot, bro. I've been seeing it all, especially through this tournament, because I've been watching him more because I put that money on him. He will take this big shot, and he's going to give you a clutch shot. So if it's close, especially if it's close, give me Akron.
All right, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm gonna pull out the CEO analytics on this one, man. I think Akron, they strength to schedule, I think it's gonna hurt them. I think they're stepping up to play the big boys. I think the MAC, when they play each other, it's a game. I think they're stepping up versus Texas Tech in Big 12, which I think is the second best conference in basketball behind the Big 10. Texas Tech analytically were, I think, at least top 15, and they play like around the top 15 schedule on both sides of the ball. Yeah, I know Jay, you the man with this, but I'm gonna step out. I think Texas Tech take out Akron in that first round. So we're gonna see. All right, let's go next. We got Alabama versus Hofstra, and we got some news, don't we?
Yeah, bro. That just got a whole lot more interesting. Holloway, the second leading scorer. I don't know if you guys remember watching them when they went on that run last year. He was the other guy out there with the afro with Mark Sears that was putting up a lot of points. He's just a little taller, a little lankier, and he was having a decent season. He was averaging 17 points a game. He got caught with dope. He got caught trafficking dope. They done kicked him off of
So you
campus.
trying to tell me the NIL wasn't enough?
Huh?
The NIL wasn't enough?
I don't know what's going on, bro. And the thing is, I don't really, because it came through on ESPN and it just said he's out. So, and then the next text came through and said he's been removed off of campus because he got arrested on felony dope charges. So without him, that they already don't play no defense. I mean, they
Yeah.
can score with anybody.
Got Bama still in that one?
I'm gonna keep Bama, and but to be real with you, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if they lose, man. They don't play defense. Their main thing is outscoring people. You losing a guy who scores 17 points a game. This gets a whole lot more interesting, especially if you don't play defense. All it takes is for the other team to catch a rhythm with you, and now you got to outscore them because you can't stop them. It gets interesting. So I'm gonna take Alabama, but proceed with caution.
Okay. All right. Next, we're gonna jump over to the number 6 versus the number 11 seed, Tennessee versus the winner of Miami of Ohio and SMU.
I'm gonna take Tennessee, man, because I think Miami of Ohio is about to get eliminated. So I think it's gonna be Tennessee against SMU, and I'm just gonna go Tennessee, man. They played a lot of teams tough in the SEC. I respect the SEC more than I respect the ACC. I'm going Tennessee, bro.
Okay, I'm actually with you on Tennessee. Tennessee is another one of my CEO analytics teams this year in the tournament, and I'm kind of glad we're on the same because if y'all know from UFC, especially college football, when we agree, yeah, that's normally cash. So I definitely agree with that. Miami of Ohio, I'm gonna talk about it later. That's actually one of my fraud teams out here. They was actually fraudulent. Very with that, it's crazy. That record they had a fraudulent analytics. They was fraudulent out there with the wins. And that's what made sense. I'm glad you had that call saying like, oh yeah, they undefeated, but yeah, Akron gonna take it. Yeah, looking at the Ken Palm, Miami wasn't that. All right, we're gonna jump over to Virginia, who's a number 3 seed versus Wright State.
I got Virginia as a very sneaky team, bro. Like, you see, they played Duke tough.
Yeah,
they were tough through the ACC. They kind of slow the game down. They play defense. They got a rim protector. They can shoot it a little bit. They know how to control the game. So it's almost like watching UFC, and you know a guy's going to wrestle, and you got him against a striker, and the striker just can't hit him hard enough to spark him out. So next thing you know, he's getting body slammed, and the guy got him in all types of chokeholds, got him hemmed up on the ground. That's Virginia basketball. So I don't see anybody down here that's really gonna give them problems like that. I like defensive-minded teams, but Virginia can score enough. They've been playing this way for so long.
yeah.
Virginia should be able to, and I hate to say this, choke out Wright State, because that's what I call it. It's going to be a slow choke, bro. Just slow. And Wright State.
One thing about Virginia, and I think I remember this last year, Virginia be breaking some damn shots, man.
Yeah, they do.
I remember last year having Virginia and just watching them miss almost every single shot they shot against. It was a weak team last year, too. It was either the first or the second round. So, yeah, I do like Virginia, the way they played Duke. I'm not going to touch them at all the way they made me look last year. We got Kentucky, number 7 versus Santa Clara, number 10. What you think about this one?
Man, I want to take Kentucky, but I can't because they've been up and down all year. If they name one in Kentucky, they probably be an 11 seed. Santa Clara, they play out there, what is that, in the West Coast Conference with St. Mary's and Gonzaga. I really don't know how good they are, but I know they're going to try to run the ball up and down the floor. Kentucky's so iffy. They ain't been the same since Calipari left. Get them up out of here, man. I'm gonna take Santa Clara, bro.
Okay, we got a 10 seed. All right, next we got the 2 seed Iowa State versus 15 Tennessee State.
I wanted to take Tennessee State, bro, because I like Nolan Smith. He played at Duke, Final Four, really good player, man. I really like this game, real silent, real quiet. Made the pros. He was a good player, man. And I think he's going to be a good coach, but I think he's just outmatched. Iowa State is a very good team, bro. They out there in the Big 12, and they was taking everybody to the limit. Arizona, Houston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like taking people to the wire, to the max. So you got to be good to be giving these teams these type of problems. Those are 2 top 4 teams, bro. So, yeah, I'm going to take Iowa State. I like Iowa State.
Okay. All right, so we got Iowa State light work versus Santa Clara second round.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it simple, man. Iowa State is getting past Santa Clara. I like Virginia more than Tennessee, and let me explain this to you. And this is my reason for Virginia against Tennessee. I'm just gonna jump into it. I know you say you can't trust Virginia. You can never trust them, bro. But I seen them go blow for blow with a team that got like 5 pros. And my man was blocking everything. He had like 9 blocks Saturday night. If you can hold Duke, and they played them tough a couple of times, if you can do that with Duke, there is no excuse for you not to be able to do that with Tennessee, Wright State, possibly Miami, Ohio, or SMU. I got to take Virginia out of here. I know a lot of sharps is on Tennessee. I'm not. I think Virginia is going to slow choke them dudes. And to be
all right,
you can make a run, bro. Because that's what they
yeah.
usually do. They either lose in the first round or they get to like the Elite Eight. That's what they do.
So what's crazy is when I was doing my CL analytics, Tennessee was one of my teams. I didn't know they had to face Virginia. So when I looked at the damn bracket, I was like, and now that you talking, it reminded me. So I looked at the bracket, I was like, okay, I think they can make it to the Sweet 16. But yeah, now you kind of might be backing me off of that. You're right. That one going tough. I'm gonna have to come back to that one maybe because Virginia burned me bad, man. All right, so we got Akron next round versus Hofstra.
No, I took Alabama barely.
Oh, I thought you said the upset because dude wasn't playing. So you say you think Bama still got enough to take it?
I'm gonna stick it out with Alabama. I can't pick a team named Hofstra, bro. I can't pick college, bro. I'm gonna take Alabama, but I got Akron beating them too because I feel like it could turn if it turns into a running gun situation. That plays right up Akron's alley. They like to get out there and run. They can run with Alabama. The longer they stay in the game with Alabama, the pressure shifts to Alabama, bro. It does not shift to Akron at all because they're not supposed to get out the first round.
Somebody next round. You say I'm about to say this next one. I don't even know what you think. I think it's light work. What you think?
Oh, Michigan and St. Louis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Michigan, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yeah, I know Jay the man when it comes to this, man, on college basketball. But I'm like, yeah, Michigan. I didn't see Michigan. Even when I think I told Jay this, and he even was kind of on him too. This was back in December. I was like, man, Michigan remind me of the best team since that UConn team, man. Just smacking everybody. Just look like they just don't belong on the court with some of these teams. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. We're gonna jump over to this West region real quick. In the West, we're gonna start off at the top. Light work, man. What you think? Agreed? Arizona. Yeah. What you got? You got anything on Villanova, Utah State?
I'm gonna take Utah State. I watched them out there in that tournament where they beat San Diego State. I watched them a couple of rounds. They play tough, man, and they got a guy that can actually kind of score the ball a little bit too. Anytime you got a guy that can go for over 25 and you play decent defense, it can shut things down. You can be a problem. Now Villanova ain't no scrubs, man, but the Big East is down this year, so it's not Villanova like we used to seeing. Can they keep it close? Yeah, I expect this to be a dogfight, 50-50 game, but I'm gonna take Utah.
Okay,
Utah State, excuse me.
Okay, and this next round, this is one of your sleeper teams, and you've been CEO Wisconsin, and I actually looked up and did some CEO analytics, man. I like Wisconsin too. So you got this one, man, light work.
No, this ain't even light work. If you check most of the sharps, a lot of sharps are picking High Point to upset Wisconsin.
For real?
It's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of people like High Point to upset Wisconsin, bro. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I missed, but
I'm like you.
That. I don't. So I'm taking Wisconsin. I think they got the best backcourt in the country. When I say best backcourt, they don't have the best player.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at what's my man's name, John Blackwell, and then the other guy is Nick. I can't think of his last name. Number 2, them two dudes together, bro. I saw them like the round before Michigan in that tournament. Went for 38 and 31 when they beat Illinois. That's a backcourt putting up, what is that? Almost 70 points.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, hold on, man. I'm doing the math. Yeah, bro. That was 69 points. So if you got a backcourt that can go that crazy, they big in the front. They're not high. They can't jump, but they can shoot threes. They can play in the post. You got to guard all 5. You can't do all that switching and backing off. So, man, give me Wisconsin going to be a tough out.
Guess what, Jay, man? You know what them Sharks can do?
What they can do?
Them Sharps can bet these, man. When me and Jay on something, man, we don't care about no Sharps. Let's go on, man. We jumping on to the next game. We got Arkansas versus Hawaii, man. Arkansas looked pretty impressive, man. I actually like Vandy because Vandy beating Florida like that. And then I think that beating Florida like that was amazing. and then that other round knocking out like 2 top teams. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, Vandy must be hot. Then Arkansas come and kick Vandy ass, man. So what you think? Did light work?
They got the best player, no matter who they match up with. Not per draft pick, but for college basketball, they probably got the best player on the court. That Darius Akuf Jr. He's the best player, bro. And if it's close down the stretch, I'm gonna trust him more than anybody else, 9 times out of 10. And when we go to the second round, you're gonna understand why I'm gonna pick the way I pick. But in this game, I'm gonna take Arkansas to beat Hawaii.
Okay, so next game, man, this was supposed to be for the last couple years the best, the next coming of whatever. This is supposed to be the best player in the country. I think since he's been in the junior high school, we got BYU versus we got Texas or NC State.
Yeah,
who you think real quick? You got a favorite in Texas versus NC State?
No, it don't matter who get there. BYU putting them out because this
okay.
Basically what this freshman, this AJ, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, whatever it is. Man, he playing for draft rankings. He's the number 2 pick overall right now. And he's making number 1. This man has scored 40 in games. He is a problem. He can score from any angle. His team rallies around him. I think they put him over here in this bracket for a reason. This could be a coming out party for him to show that he should be the number 1 pick overall. I got him watching Texas or North Carolina State.
All right. This is a team that Jay don't like very much. Y'all don't know, but y'all know now. But we're gonna go to this next game. We got Gonzaga versus Kennesaw State.
Man, I'm picking Kennesaw State.
Oh, 40% of that is we got 14 versus 3. You got it money line? We might even make some money on this one.
The reason I'm taking them, and I'm gonna be honest, man. Gonzaga has one guy this year. What's his name? Graham Ike. Graham Ike. That's the guy. He's a big guy. And he can score. He's cold. The rest of them cats can't score. They can play defense. They score. They can't shoot. If you double team him and them other cats ain't hitting, you can shut Gonzaga down. I looked at Kennesaw State to have decent height. So you're not just going to be able to bully them.
Yeah.
That game stayed close. I like Kennesaw State. And part of it is, even if Gonzaga make it to the second round, BYU, I think beats them anyway. I think that freshman is more talented than all 5 Gonzaga starters combined. So, yeah, man, I don't have them going far.
Hold on, real quick, though, man. Pre-show, you ain't like I had BYU going to Sweet 16, man. You said you didn't trust BYU. Now you changed in the last couple hours.
The only reason is, man, like I don't like BYU. I don't want to put money on. You get what I got you. Picking a bracket right now. I'm not putting my money on BYU.
I got you.
I just think I think Gonzaga is underachievers. I think they kind of suck. Kennesaw State, come on, bro. I don't know if I can trust that. Yeah. I know I can't trust North Carolina State or Texas. So it basically kind of falls down to Gonzaga and BYU, and I think BYU better, but not by much. So
okay, I respect that.
I can't bet on that. People.
You said what?
I can't bet on none of these people. The only thing I can bet on is Kennesaw State. Like when I first opened the app, Gonzaga was like a 19-point favorite. I was like, oh hell no, I'll put that in the parlay all day. They not covering that shit.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna remember that. All right. Next we got Miami of Florida versus Missouri.
I'm gonna take Miami.
Okay.
Again, Missouri started off hot. They remind me kind of like Texas A&M. They started the season off hot, started to fade down the stretch. Nothing spectacular there. I'm just gonna take Miami. And then,
okay. All right. So next we got a 2 versus 15. Purdue versus Queens.
Purdue. We just seen them beat Michigan, bro.
Yeah.
If something called Queens University can beat them, that would be a damn shame.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing too. Purdue, as I've been saying this whole show, is another one of my CEO analytics. That's what it's called. We had the CEO notes in college football right now for the tournament. We got the CEO analytics. And Purdue was one of the teams. Purdue is actually, I'm just paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly. I'm going off the top of my head, but they got like a top 4 offense, I think, in the country, and they played against like a top 5 schedule of defenses. And so anytime you can do that, that's some good analytics. All right, so we got Purdue versus Miami of Florida. What you got on that?
I got Purdue.
Okay, well, you already picked BYU over Gonzaga. You still on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna take BYU over Kennesaw State. I'm still taking Kennesaw.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You keep hold. I forgot you picked the 14 over 3. My bad, man. I keep on forgetting you had, he had Kennesaw State. So you said BYU over Kennesaw State. I'm still tripping over you picked the 14 over 3. I think that's what threw me off. Those be the hardest ones to pick. That kind of threw me off. We're gonna see, man. I'm definitely gonna have to pay the spread, man. If you think they're gonna beat them, I'm gonna have to pay the spread, especially if it's 19. All right, we got this next one. I know you had Wisconsin. I know you had Arkansas. I know you talked real good about the player on Arkansas, but you always was on Wisconsin. So how you gonna pick this one?
I'm telling you, Wisconsin, bro. 2 is better than 1.
Okay.
They got 2 in their backcourt. You know what I'm saying? I just told you 2 cats went for 30 in their backcourt.
Yeah.
Now, Arkansas got a guy that can go for 40. And he got talent around him, but it ain't like Wisconsin. Wisconsin gel together. And the other thing about Wisconsin that I really like, Arkansas has proven this too, but Wisconsin can fall down by about 11. Mm-hmm. And it's nothing for them to erase that and come back and turn it on. And they'll turn on that defensive pressure. And plus, I think the Big Ten is better than the SEC. Man, Arkansas was a great run. My man is going to probably be a top 5 draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
It ends there. I got Wisconsin.
All right, and I remember on this one, who you had? Utah State,
Arizona, bro. It don't matter. Arizona's good.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, Arizona's some dogs, man. They definitely have some talent on their team. All right, so we gonna jump on over to the South region. Let's go down south, man. We riding dirty down south. All right, this first one, man. Florida. I want to know your take on this first game: Prairie View versus Lehigh.
Who?
You got anything?
No, bro. They just, man, this is when they give you like a T-shirt when you go to a smaller college saying, "Hey, in 2026 we made the NCAA tournament." That's all. Mm-hmm. They done in the first round, bro, and they probably gonna get mopped by about 35. So Florida.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even saying against Florida. I honestly got a little bit. I actually looked into some analytics on this Prairie View versus Lehigh game, man. I see the sharps on Lehigh. I think Prairie View definitely cover it, and I think Prairie View gonna end up being a Cinderella. Get in. They gonna. When I say Cinderella, they gonna get in. They probably shouldn't even be here to even get into the tournament, like you said. They should probably have took a T-shirt and went home. But not of the fact, I think they will get in and play Florida. So that's just a seal analytic pick right now, y'all. I like Prairie View. But yeah, Florida, either team that play, that's gonna be a mollywop, man. You know what? This is another team, man. And I think I got my teams mixed up, y'all. Was that Virginia or was that Clemson? I think that might have been Clemson last year. But me and you was watching the game, they was missing all them damn shots. Wasn't that Clemson?
Yeah. Clemson is kind of, and Clemson lost their center in the ACC tournament too. But I still got them beating Iowa, bro. I don't like Iowa. I don't feel like they have any toughness, bro. They got a bunch of people. If they get hot shooting, they can put it on you. Mm-hmm. I look at analytics. Everybody thinks Iowa or the analytics show Iowa is way better than Clemson, but I've seen Iowa throughout that Big Ten, man, and they don't have any good wins, really, in my opinion. Yeah, they didn't beat Indiana, Ohio State. I think they might have got Purdue when Purdue was sliding, but I don't like them. I don't like how they match up. They're not tough on the interior. Clemson is one of these teams that's kind of like Virginia, that is big body you. They can't shoot, they can't score, but they will outwill you. And I just think I've seen it too much in my lifetime. I've seen it's weird. Iowa football won't fold, but Iowa basketball sure will fold. So Caitlin Clark ain't gonna be out there to save them.
All right. So on that one, and I do apologize, y'all. I was kind of going off the top of my head. We researching this year, not researching last year, but I do remember correctly because I remember going into last year, CEO Analytics, Clemson was top 25 in offense and defense last year. So I thought Clemson, I had them on my FanDuel parlay. We bet them to make it to a round. And I think that was Clemson versus a team. Was they wearing purple? I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was versus a very small team, like a very small school team. And I remember they was missing almost like every shot and got taken out there, and I hated that. All right, next we're gonna go. We got Vandy. Do you think Vandy is sleeper, or you think that was a fluke in the tournament? They were just kind of playing hard just to get in.
I think Vandy on upset alert. I got them in the game, but all I've been seeing and reading about and hearing about is this guy from McNeese State that's supposed to be the real deal. And Vandy's supposed to have their hands full. A lot of people are taking McNeese State to upset them. I'm not. If you blow out Florida, bro, that's enough for me. I got Vandy.
Okay, so we jump on to this next game, number 4, Nebraska versus number 13, Troy. I asked them before we got on the show a couple days ago. I guess Nebraska Fugazi, man. They looked like they was good at the beginning of the year, undefeated, but I'm hearing they're not as good as supposed. They're not as good as they seem to be. Still true?
No, I feel like, I mean, yeah, they're not national championship contenders, but they started off the season on a crazy undefeated streak. Good news for them is they probably get their first NCAA tournament win in school history.
That's crazy. To be a
Troy.
Big Ten school, that's crazy.
I mean, Northwestern has a tourney win, so I'm pulling for Nebraska. I'm gonna take Nebraska, bro. But yeah, I
Okay.
don't expect them to do much damage.
I would love to hear what you think about this North Carolina VCU, man. I had did some CEO analytics on this one too, and read up some stuff on this one. What you think about that one?
I got VCU, bro. North Carolina is a whole different team without Caleb Wilson. That's a guy that's going to be a top 4 draft pick. I like him a lot. Like, he reminded me of a young Kevin Garnett. And when he was out there, that's when I was taking North Carolina to beat some of these teams. He hurt his thumb. He was supposed to come back. And then he shut it down, and he's going to the draft. And after that, North Carolina, they got blasted by Duke. I saw them lose to Clemson. They're not the same team. VCU upsets them, bro. They're not. Unfortunately, he was like that. It's almost as bad as if BYU lost that AJ kid, bro.
Okay. No, that makes sense, man. I'm glad you like that too, because I actually was on VCU too. So we asked another one. I'm telling y'all need to keep your notebooks, man, when y'all check us out, man. When me and him agree, you need to mark that down, put them in your parlays, or best bet them by yourself, man, because those boys, like I say, they call money. All right, we got Illinois next on a 3 seed versus 14 pen, man. Light work.
No, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
Pennsylvania, they got a guy out there that just dropped 40 in one of them Ivy League games. They got a guy who can score. Unfortunately for him, Illinois' whole team can score. They like to just run and gun. So him having 40 could be washed out by Illinois going back and forth with him and still winning by about 15, bro. Illinois went into Purdue and beat Purdue. They went up to state and beat Michigan State. Like, Illinois is battle tested, bro.
Okay.
I got them as a sleeper, bro. So I like Illinois. I got Illinois.
Okay. All right. Next we got St. Mary's versus A&M.
I'm gonna take St. Mary's real quick because I was on Texas A&M when they won all the games in the SEC, and then all of a sudden they just started losing everywhere. In the tournament, they got blew out by like Oklahoma in the first round. They lost by like 25 points in the tournament, and they've been on the down skid, man. If it wasn't for that hot start, they would not be here. Because at one point they were the number 1 team in the SEC. And they fought all the way to a 10th seed in the South. Like, that's not good, bro. I think they're gonna get up out of there. I don't think St. Mary's is great. I just think they're better than them. Texas A&M probably should be in a playing game, to be honest with you. But yeah, moving forward.
All right, light work next game.
Yeah, Houston.
Okay. All right, so we got A&M. You said you knocking them out. You taking them out of that, boy. So we got St. Mary's versus Houston. Yeah, I was gonna say that should be pretty easy. And then you said we still taking Illinois, the Illini. You think VCU got a chance to make a little run? You think they'll take them out? Who you got in that one?
No, I got Illinois, bro. Illinois too many points. Illinois is gonna get VCU up out of there, bro.
Okay. All right. And then on this next one, who was this next one you had?
I'm gonna take Vanderbilt over Nebraska. I don't think Nebraska.
Okay. And then we got Clemson versus Florida, man. I think they take them out. Florida wins.
Florida gonna beat their ass, bro. Like, it ain't even gonna be. It's nothing to discuss there.
Yeah. All right, so we just went through the whole bracket. We went through the first round. We went through the second round. I want to make sure hopefully y'all took notes. I'm gonna try to do a show parlay today if we can. If not, I'll put it on the site. But I know me and him was on VCU. Me and Jay on Wisconsin, and there's a couple other ones I'm gonna try to put up together. But we did bring a couple. You got something?
The only reason I haven't had Wisconsin on my parlays is for them to win that game. Like, they're favored by 11.5, even though a lot of sharps, they haven't bet it closer. But a lot of like the analysts are saying holy high point. The thing that sucks about that is they're a minus 610 favorite. And what I'm doing now with my parlays, I can't speak for everybody else. If you're over like minus 400, 425-ish, it's not even worth having these people on the card no more, bro. Because it just seems like when you lose when those are the ones that mess up your parlay, it hurts so much worse. I'll lose a minus 200. You know what I'm saying? A minus 150. That minus, like even in the UFC, man, that minus 900 that be getting people about it. Them joints don't be worth it, bro. So I don't think Wisconsin beating them by 11.5. So I wouldn't put them on the parlay because their value ain't worth nothing, bro.
Okay, makes sense. So we went. So VCU was the underdog pick. We agreed on. I don't know about that 14/3. I don't agree with that Akron one. I was trying to see if we had at least a couple underdogs that we possibly agreed on, and I don't think so. I think the rest of them, because you're right. This first round, man, there's a whole bunch of big favorites, so it's kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like Arizona's, the Michigans.
Well, you gotta think like the where you will find the value is like Kentucky and Santa Clara. Who you think gonna win that game? That's gonna be a close one. Ohio State, TCU. Those are the ones that are gonna be like right by each other. The 8 and 9s, the 7 and 10s, maybe a 6-11. Anytime you get farther than that, the odds are gonna start creeping, man. It's gonna make it kind of hard unless you picking the upset. Like even if you took Kentucky over Santa Clara, I wouldn't be mad. Or St. Mary's against Texas A&M or Texas A&M is going to be a close spread. You know what I mean? Those
gotcha. So out of the teams that I had to fade, I was trying to see which ones you caught on. I got Michigan. This is what I came out with. We talked about a little bit pre-show. Analytically, CEO Analytics, I have Michigan Final Four, Florida Final Four. I think we kind of agreed on that. I'm going to show you the parlay next. Tennessee, I think we eventually agreed Sweet 16. Do we have them going to Sweet 16?
No, man, I got them losing.
You got them losing in round 32?
Yeah, Virginia.
Okay, yeah, you did say that. We got Duke, Arizona. I had both of them Final Four, but you did not have them Final Four.
I got Florida Final Four. My Final Four out of the Duke bracket is St. John's, but that's me kind of taking the flyer. I think St. John's could get them problems.
Okay. And then we did agree on Purdue Sweet 16.
Yeah, I think they got an easy road.
Okay. Bama, we don't even know about the 32 now because dude out. You said they still gonna win. I took them out.
Be Hofstra, bro.
So you was back on BYU Sweet 16. You don't love it though. You don't love it,
bro. I don't love them getting there. I just think they. So let me just be clear. If you're in a weak bracket, right? Just because I got you going to the Sweet 16 doesn't mean I believe in you. It's like the Michigan State. I got them going to the Sweet 16, and I think they suck. I just think they're in a sorry bracket. And then that's the same thing with BYU. If you put them in some of these other brackets, I don't have them getting out the first round.
All right, I got a fade list, y'all. These were the CEO Analytic negative teams. These were the teams that were bottom. And when I say bottom, some of these teams were like ranked number 100 offensively and played a strength of schedule in the hundreds, which is terrible. So these are teams I don't think will upset anybody. And these are teams, one of these teams is crazy because Jay hate one of these teams too. But I'm going to tell y'all not to bet on these teams for upset. And I'm going to follow this too to see if one of these teams upset. Miami of Ohio. Don't touch them.
Agree.
Don't touch UCF.
Oh, okay.
Don't touch, I don't know, who is LIU? Who is LIU?
It don't matter. They like a 15 or 16 season.
Yeah, I'm just saying these teams are terrible. Like, I don't even understand how they in a tournament. I'm talking about these are bottom teams.
Analytically, they won they playing. They won their conference tournament.
Yeah, but my thing is everybody want to do upsets. So I'm just telling these people, if y'all want to do upsets, do not put these teams on your list. California Baptiste, don't touch them. Don't touch. Didn't you say somebody was on McNeese State? Didn't you say the Sharps on them?
Yeah, they got a guy that's supposed to be able to go crazy out there.
Guess what they can do? Tell them Sharp to bet these. Do not touch McNeese State, y'all. Leave them alone. Don't touch Lehigh. They were terrible analytically. And this is the biggest team who are terrible analytically out of these bunch is Gonzaga. Gonzaga was terrible analytically.
I agree.
So that's why I love the fact that you fading Gonzaga because that side of it and the analytical side, Gonzaga was bad. So y'all might be able to make some money, y'all, on some upsets on Gonzaga. So y'all want to focus on that. All right, we're going to jump over to, and I asked what VCU and Wisconsin got some decent advantages. That first round, VCU was the upset pick. I might honestly just bet VCU maybe by itself or something like that because you said don't touch Wisconsin because of minus 600. But if y'all want to parlay them two together, even VCU covering the spread, minus 600 or both money line, we can see what they do. All right, we got the Notorious B.I.G. parlay, man. My dude Big, the greatest rapper of all time, died on March 9th. And I'm only saying the greatest rapper of all time. That's a lyric from Cannabis. That's how I remembered his, when he died, because that lyric. I don't, right now, it's a whole different show about talking who the greatest artist of all time. I think he's one of the best artists of all time. Maybe not the best, but that's a whole another story. I'm not even saying he's not the best. I'm just saying I don't want to argue it right now because we can go a long ways. But basically, I got that lyric from him, and that's how I remember the day he died. Michigan, I got them going Final Four. I got Final Four Florida, and we got Purdue Sweet 16. These are the three that me and Jay agreed on, man. Like, we came down to it and thought, like, this could happen. So we're going to call the Notorious Big parlay, man. Shout out to my dude Biggie. We got that plus 440, man. We're going to jump over to Jay's bets, man.
Yeah, man. I got Akron in the first round. I'm just going to keep it simple. Opening day, opening game is Ohio State against TCU. Bruce Thornton has not been to the NCAA tournament. He's Ohio State's leading scorer. If anyone deserved to get there, it was him. He's their all-time leading scorer. He broke the record this year, 4-year senior. Been trying to get there. He's been carrying that team on his back for 4 years. He finally got a little bit of help. I expect him to go crazy. I think he's going to be out there on some Allen Iverson, Victor Page, like, score 30 or die trying. Like, I expect him to gun him, bro. I mean, this is one and only chance, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's going to make the most of it, and he's usually pretty efficient. He's human. He's had a couple bad games, but I think he probably ready to go right now. So, like, I got him going over 20. Akron have done me well. I can't fade them now, bro. And they got a good draw. I know everybody's on Texas Tech, but a lot of those analytics were done when they had the Big 12 Player of the Year out there.
Yeah, you did say that, and I think I kind of did forget about that. You did say that.
Gone, man. They haven't been much to scream at. And I saw another guy, one of these analysts, picked Akron for the Sweet 16. I'm kind of with him. It's plus 1,100. I'm thinking about putting a dub down, like, fuck it, let's roll. Because they've done so well for me, and they're not in a bracket where it can't happen. So, those are my
things. You're right. And I honestly, man, I think I back off that that Texas Tech, man. I keep on forgetting about that injury. An injury changes a lot. Injuries can change a whole lot, especially in basketball. Injury change more in basketball with the 5 players, way more than it changed something in football. So I definitely agree with you. I'm gonna back off that. And then, like you said, man, Bama missing that 17-point score. They don't play defense. Man, I'm not gonna lie, man.
About that. So if they get past Texas Tech, they get to play rec ball with Alabama.
Yes.
I mean, it's a pickup run.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I can't say that Alabama won't win or will win, and in this pickup run, Alabama's giving up like shit. They giving up a 17-point score. So I mean, I'm sure the way the guy recruit, and I hate to go against him because he's from Romulus, Michigan, out this way. You know what I mean? But you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And we saw it last year because remember where did they get to the Elite Eight, and then Mark Sears couldn't score. Who did they play against? Man, was it Florida?
They lost
somebody that had a pro style, and they shut his ass down.
It was like Duke. I think it was Duke.
It might have been Duke.
I think it was Duke.
Somebody shut him down.
Yeah.
And they couldn't play defense, and they lost by 20.
I think it was Duke. I think they ran into Duke last year in that tournament, man. They got shut down.
Shoot, you don't even see him in the pros now. That's how bad they shut him down. And I'm like, bro, when you get out here, you play. They don't play no defense, bro. None. And that's the thing. If they played a little bit of defense, I might have them going on a run. But yeah, bro, if Akron can get past Texas Tech, they damn near shooing for the Sweet 16 if we really break it down.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You talking me into this. You really talking me into this. Like, I might put something on that Sweet 16. I won't own it before the show, but you are really talking me into this Akron Sweet 16. They went through the MAC, got the MAC.
And here's the other thing about the MAC that you said, you was like, it's a difference in competition, right? Akron was beating teams for the regular season after they lost to Miami by an average of 15 points a game. So they wasn't just struggling. They were whooping these teams' ass. Now in the tournament, that last game, that I don't know what the hell was going on when they let Toledo get up on them like that. But they had to overcome a 16-point deficit to win by 3. So, and they got size. I just think they match up well, man. And I just think Texas Tech without their lead dog, because usually when you got a Mid-American team that matches up well, the other team, the Power 5 team has a lead dog that's kind of on his way to the pros that just kind of take the game over. Like, bro, it's levels. You're going to be hooping overseas. I'm going to be hooping in the league. Texas Tech don't really have that right now. So I like.
No, you're right. No, I'm with you, man. Market. I'm with you, man. I think I really own that, man. I plus 1100. Ask for to make the Sweet 16, y'all. Y'all heard it here first on this show. They get a chance to play two teams who missing a key player.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might. It's falling right into their hands, man. It's Beast Rounds and Parlays. It's your boy, Mr. CEO. Your boy Jay over there, man. Y'all know y'all gotta check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Facebook, man. Jump in that Facebook group. We're gonna try to build that up a little bit, man. And also make sure y'all check us out on IG. We're gonna try to get a little bit on Twitter, man. I know we gotta get on Twitter. It's a real big bet landscape on Twitter, so we're gonna try to jump up on there. Y'all gonna end up seeing us everywhere, man. And shout out to Life's Real, man. Life's Real sponsoring the show right now. That's coming for something. Yeah, man. What we like to do, man. What we want.
We want that smoke. Them get money boys. Come on.
We out.
See y'all next week.